How's it going, HotStreak users? I'm Sports by Dustin, and today I'm be going over the MLB HotStreak slate for Thursday, September 1st. But before we get into the video, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that right now. Like this video while you're at it. It really does help us out. We would appreciate it. And if you're not in the HotStreak Fantasy app, use the link in the description. Download the app, then use the code in the bottom of your screen. That's SBD for $10 bonus plus 100% deposit match up to $1,000. We made it to September. That means we have football. Actually, tonight, Thursday, we have college football, which I'm so excited to watch. I'm coming home from work and I'm watching that the entire night. But we also have the LCS going on. If you guys want to place entries for that on HotStreak, you can do that. We have a bunch of entries for that you can do. Then also, don't forget about our live in-play MLB props, where you can predict if Aaron Judge is going to get a base hit, a strikeout, ground out, whatever you want to do for those. Make sure you guys are checking those out and get ready for NFL season. If you're not on the HotStreak Fantasy app already, you better do it for NFL season, because we got some big things coming with the app for NFL. But let's go ahead and hop into the slate. My first play is going to be a strikeouts prop. It's going to be Chris Bassitt over 4.5 strikeouts. At home this season, he's been pretty darn good, going over this number in 10 out of 13 games, crushing it in some of these games. His most recent game against Colorado, he did only have one, but we know Colorado can sometimes be a naggy, non-strikeout team. Now, the Dodgers, over the last 30 days, have creeped towards the middle of the pack, striking out at 21% of the time against right-handed pitching. But they have allowed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of the last 15 starting pitchers to go over 4.5 Ks. We know Chris Bassitt can do it. He's pitching from home. I like him to go over this number of 4.5 Ks. My next play is also going to be another strikeouts prop. Merrill Kelly over 4.5 Ks against the Brewers. Once again, pitching from home. He's got a great pitching strikeout record at home. He's only missed 2 out of 14 games. So he's gone over in 12 of 14 games. And the 2 games he did miss were 4 strikeouts each. So just 1 K shy of going over. He has not faced Milwaukee yet this season, but they're striking out about 22% on the season in general, which is the 11th worst against right-hand pitching. And if you look here, they've allowed about half the guys to go over their number in the last 15 games. But I think the fact that Merrill Kelly at home has been pitching really well, getting over this number, along with them striking out about 22% of the time. I think if we get a favorable matchup here, if he goes 6 innings, I really like him to go over in this one. But let's go ahead, hop over to my next prop. It's going to be a hits prop. Now, they don't have all the hits props up just yet, but there are some I'm keeping my eye on if they're at 0.5. But the one I do like, that is up right now. Kwan, of course, I'm sure you guys know Kwan by now. Over 0.5 hits. The guy has just been crushing it as of late. He's gone over this number in 25 of his last 30 games. And at home, in 17 of the last 19, I believe this is. 16 of the last 19 games, it's gone over. He's batting .301 against right-handed pitching. And Kyle Bradish is definitely a hittable pitcher. He is giving up only a .266 average to lefties, but you got to think you face less lefties than you do righties. That could be a little skewed. But I like the fact that Kwan's batting .301. We know he's a hitting machine. He's never faced them yet. He's getting a decent amount of 5 at-bat games. If we can get a 5 at-bat game, I love it. But even with the 4 at-bat games, you can see he's going over this a lot. A couple of the games he did miss this prop that you see here was because he only had 1 at-bat and 2 at-bats for whatever reason that might have been. But I like him to go over 0.5 hits. So just to recap the plays, Chris Bassitt over 4.5 strikeouts, Kwan over 0.5 hits, and Merrill Kelly over 4.5 strikeouts. But that's all for today's video. Once again, if you guys are not on the HotStreak Fantasy app, download the app, use the code in the bottom of your screen, and sign up today before football season.